My name is Seth Phillips, and I'm one of the founders of Even. And what we're doing at Even is building a platform that investors can use to trade securities without tipping their hand. See, the problem that every investor faces when they're trying to trade or transact in the marketplace is trying to accomplish their goal, their trading goals, without moving the market. And we're building even.io to be the answer to that question. Now, trading securities is obviously a huge business. Trillions of dollars are traded every single day, billions of dollars made in terms of fees and intermediary rents in the market every year, and there's trillions of dollars of market cap that are built up around the business. So obviously a huge market, and we're really trying to upset a core piece of that. But capital markets is a pretty dangerous game. Michael Lewis Flash Boy's book came out last year and told this ridiculous story of a company building a trench from Chicago to New York City to be able to save a couple milliseconds of time in terms of transmission speed, communication speed for trading orders. So that's the kind of scale and the sensitivity of the industry that we're talking about. Trading information is so valuable that being able to see it for a couple milliseconds faster than other people is literally worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And speed is just one of the systems of the bigger problem, one of the symptoms of the bigger problem that really plagues capital markets, and that's trust. Trust is really at the core of issues of front running, like Michael Lewis is talking about, but also leakage and slippage, settlement and clearing risks. Who do I trust with my information and for how long? Really a lot of the core issues in the capital markets and revolve around this issue of trust. And that's what even.io is trying to solve at the highest level. We're trying to solve for trust in the capital market space. And our goal in accomplishing that is to make the world's markets fair and accessible. So we want to make markets fair by encrypting orders so that information becomes much less valuable because it's all encrypted. And we make it accessible so anybody can transact in the marketplace, a true peer-to-peer system where anybody can transact directly with the system using Bitcoin's blockchain technology. So blockchain technology is awesome. It's a technology that sits underneath Bitcoin, and it's fundamentally a way for two people to transact with each other without having to trust each other. And I don't have a lot of time to be able to explain everything that goes into blockchain technology, but I will say that Mark Andreessen from A16Z, Fred Wilson from Union Square, DFJ, RRE, a lot of top tier, really smart venture capitalists have put in hundreds, like over $300 million in the last 12 months into Bitcoin startups. Not because the currency is cool, although that's a piece of it, but it's really because this blockchain technology is so powerful and can be used in so many different ways. A lot of smart people are investing there and building businesses there. And capital markets is the prize, the biggest prize in terms of what blockchain technology could really do. So to explain a little bit how the system that we want to build is different from what's working right now, I'll go through a little quick example. So this is what a system looks like today, essentially. You got a buyer on one side, a seller on the other side. They give their orders to their brokers. Those get sent to an exchange, and they all get sent to one centralized computer. And people see that information as it's coming in, and there's some period of time before the trades actually gets matched and executed where other people can use that information and potentially abuse that information. We want to change that. So this is what a system would look like using even.io. You still have a buyer and seller, but they locally encrypt orders. So they input an order. That order gets encrypted locally on their own machines, and then gets broadcast out to a distributed network of computers that are all over the world. The network only deals with encrypted information, so it really doesn't see what it has, but it's able to match the information while it's being encrypted practically, and to be able to protect that trading information while trades can still happen. Here's the team we put together to be able to build this business. I am a two-time entrepreneur, so I've built and started and sold two separate tech ventures prior to coming to school at CBS. I'm also an entrepreneur in residence at FinTech Collective, a venture capital fund here in the city. Scott Murani is an economist from the London School of Economics and a really bright guy in terms of incentive design. Emery Ozen is a full-stack developer from the engineering school and also spent 6 years as a trader at Deutsche Bank and trading foreign currencies. And then Adam Krellenstein is an advisor on the technical side and probably the smartest, blockchain technologist in New York City. In terms of customer validation, things that we've been out doing in the marketplace, talking to people, we've talked to traders and analysts at a lot of the top tier firms and funds, and the feedback has been pretty universal. Most of them they really want to see some type of prototype or something like that, but they're very positive with us in terms of like, hey, we'd love to have a system with these features that you're talking about, a way to be able to transact in the market without showing the market what we're trying to do. So come back here when you have something to show us. And so right now we're trying to work on building our toy system out. We are not the only people working in this space. There's a handful of the people that are trying to conquer some of the same issues. Obviously, you have the big incumbents in our industry. You also have IEX. Coming back to Michael Lewis's book last year, that was the outcome of the book, was this new exchange called IEX. And then you also have other companies that are working using blockchain and Bitcoin technology to be able to solve some of these problems. None of them are exactly line for line, feature for feature what we're working on, but all have some similarities and overlap, and these are definitely companies that we're keeping an eye on. In terms of the exchange and trading space, it's really a networks effect game, which helps you a ton when you're at scale and hurts you early on when you're just getting started. But we feel like there's two things we have going for us. One is that the fragmentation caused by distrust in the marketplace right now leaves us some space to be able to get started. And also capital markets is a race at the bottom in terms of fees. So these big businesses want to hold on to the highest fees possible. So us coming in here and pushing and undercutting fees at least gets us a chance to be able to go out there and get some business drummed up. Here's our obligatory up and to the right slide in terms of our financial projections. Revenue will come from implementation fees and very, very small trading fees to cover computing costs. This is how we see the company growing over the next little while, assuming we just do one small round of venture capital up front. Obviously, our growth path, we would like to raise more once we've proved out some of the technology and grow even faster, but this is how we can grow to a few $1 million a year in revenue by raising a small amount of capital. And that's even.io. We're super excited about it. We're excited to launch this business from Columbia and really to go out there and build an awesome business.